play. Liquid Husband, the number 60 seed. But here we go. Take a look at these custom sprites here. FurySK playing as, looks like that's the Trogdor sprite. And Liquid Husband is doing the good old Tecmo Super Bowl sprite for the NES. He's being Bo Jackson.
That's Husbo Jackson when you're talking about Liquid.
Yes, exactly. And unfortunately, an early overworld death for Liquid Husband. Back to start he goes. FurySK, where's he going to head for?
He's a quick up A for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why.
Might have been low on health. But Liquid Husband now going to do the screen scroll to get to Vanilla level 3. It looks like we may have a divergence of paths here, Steel. Liquid Husband is heading for Vanilla level 3's location first. What do we have here? It is level 7.
That's not what you want to see over there, but at least it's a step up from 9.
Fury gonna head for Vanilla level 1's location. Hopefully there's not a too terribly difficult enemy set. Ooh! But Fury's able to get through unscathed, and it's level 1 in level 1 spot. Chat, that's your cue.
Yeah, that's the dungeon you want to see early. You still want to see level 1, but I mean, it's good to go. I like where Liquid goes and just going quick over to the 3 spot.
Unfortunately for Fury, he is key blocked out of beginning level 1. He'll have to come back later, and there's our quote-unquote bait block. Liquid at the very top of this level 7 map, so we now know that bait definitely not required to beat the sea, but unfortunately, Liquid has no resources, does have a key, but it looks like he is bomb blocked from any further progression, so he'll have to come back later as well. 2 minutes in, we've seen nothing.
Yeah, it looks like Liquid might be going up to check the shops up here.
Speaking of shops, we find that the blue ring, modest discount, 237 rupees, and no Armos item here. It's a staircase, so whatever's in here is going to give us an indication of where it is. We have the blue ring shop, and boy, look at the markup on those bombs. 31. That is more than, that's a 55% markup. The wooden arrows, about the vanilla price, just 1 rupee above. Liquid Husband is going to find that. Oh, I think that was a heart container.
Yep, hard over there, but at least Liquid knows, and he can go kind of wherever he wants. He doesn't have to worry about the Armos item.
Yeah, and you knew that the Armos item was going to be here because in these flags, if the Armos item, which is a 50-50 chance, is not in its vanilla spot, whatever takes its place, and in this case it was the blue ring shop, that's where the Armos item is going to be. So both of our runners do have that Armos heart container.
Yeah, that is one of the kind of the nice things about going that path and just going up there and checking that vanilla Armos spot, because you always know exactly where you need to go.
Looks like Liquid might be heading for that same level 1 play, but unlike Fury, he's got 1 key to his credit, so he'll be able to at least start level 1, and if we have some good items here, there are 3 items, could be a game changer. Ugh, speaking of game changers, that medium secret leaves something to be desired, Steel. Only 26 rupees.
Yeah, it's 4 off of vanilla. It's, it could be a little worse, I guess.
Yeah, just a little worse, because 25 is the minimum, Steel. The range is anywhere between 25 and 40 rupees. Speaking of vanilla, I saw that blue candle price. That is vanilla at 60 rupees. There's one of the 3 items in level 1. It turns out it's a heart container. That'll put Liquid Husband up to 5 hearts. And I think these blue Lionels, yes, they rolled -2, 4 HP blue Lionel Steel.
Yeah, and you get the bomb drop off him right away, too, so that's what he was looking for.
Fury goes into this Take Any Cave at the coast, picks up the heart container. Both of our runners have 5, and uh-oh, it is Uncle Wizzy's clubhouse along with these Lionels and Bubbles, and boy, oh boy, are we going to have big fun tonight.
Yeah, with that death, if I was Liquid, I would just get right out of there. I don't want to deal with that.
Let's see what Liquid has in mind. There might be other paths he can take.
He's thinking about it. What am I gonna do? Down.
By the way,
hey,
those
nice
low, does bomb to the south, and he's able to keep on going, but he's greeted with more Wizrobes. By the way, those slow-moving blue Octrox rolled up 2 HP, 4 HP to take one out.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see on the overworld. You want to see a nice low-rolling bomb drop.
Hey, Steel, is this even randomized? We have level 2 in level 2's location.
I suppose it is, because we know 7's where 3 normally is, but, I mean, Fred, come on, man.
And if this is not segmented, we have found... Ooh, but it is segmented, Steel, because if this was not segmented, that would have been his staircase item. Instead, this is at least double segmented. Oh, and this could be a one-off, one of those dead-end Henry Stealth staircases, and I think Liquid Husband's going to bail out of here, unless he feels lucky. He's going to try and bomb. And he can bomb, so not completely a dead end, but it might be a 2-roomer.
Yeah, I'd save that last bomb. Maybe go through the Keys room again, try a force.
Yeah, a map would come in handy at this particular location. So Fury in level 2, there are 2 items to be found. Both of them are going to be on the ground. So if we see a staircase, we know it's going to be a segmented level 2. Another key for Liquid Husband. He's already up to 3. Nice bomb there, and he is rewarded with the recorder. Wow, nice job for Fury.
Yeah, that's a great item to get early here in these, especially in these flags, because you know you can go in and you can dig a dungeon as much as you want, find to try, get out, and you can whistle back there anytime.
And we do have an ink blot for level 2, and it's gone. Speaking of gone, Liquid Husband's a goner, and level 1 back to start he goes.
Yeah, Liquid might just be going back and pick up that try and get out of here.
Seems like a reasonable play to me. This is a heavy combat seed off the bat. So that'll be the first Triforce on the board, 7 minutes in. Liquid Husband has the Triforce out of level 1. Still 2 items left to go, but I got a feeling he's going to come back later when he's a little bit better equipped.
And Fury did not get a try out of 2. He bailed out of there after he got a recorder.
He might have been key blocked or something else. In any event, he'll come back later. Fury going to find out what this medium secret is. He sees that 26 rupees. We had seen that earlier. Now, let's see what Fury's going to do. Looks like he may be making the play for Monocle Rock. Yes, indeed. And got to be careful. 2 hearts you lose for those blue dart nuts. If he takes this heart container, which he does, he's now guaranteed the white sword item. That could be his next play.
These guys are high-fiving now.
Yeah, Liquid making the same play to Monocle Rock. I'd imagine he'll pick up the heart container, which he does. He also is now guaranteed the white sword item, and it looks like Fury is going to make a play for it right now. Hopefully, for both of these runners' sakes, we don't have a difficult enemy set to negotiate, and it's just rocks. What is it going to be? Whoa! Jewelry hype! Red ring for Fury. Liquid Husband's going to be glad to see it when he gets up to the waterfall, because that's going to quadruple their defense. That's an amazing pickup for Fury.
Yeah, that's just a great way to start out a seed, too. You get red rings, so you got your defense. You know, you can get through dungeons, and you can deal with this hard combat, and then you can whistle back anytime to any of them. So this is a great start for Fury.
Yep, looks like he's going to go up, up, up the mountain to get to Vanilla level 5's location. We're going to find out what level we have here this time around. It's going to be level 8. Liquid Husband going to head for the northeastern large secret. Time to find out how much money we're talking about. Hopefully it's a lot. 81. That's not a great large secret. I've definitely seen worse, but this is it's not a poverty seed. It's a slight poverty seed, I'd have to say. The large secret's anywhere between 50 and 150 rupees, and 81. That doesn't cut it in my book, Steel.
Yeah, this seed saw you coming, Laws.
Yeah, the game knows, because I was doing commentary. That's been like this the last several races I've done. I think that's, 4 in a row, where the large secret didn't even crack 100. Oh, well. It'll happen again. Fury's in level 8, and he's trying to tangle with these Pole's Voices, but with a room full of bubbles, it is nasty. Luckily, he's got the red ring. He'd be losing 2 hearts if he got bopped by the bunnies here. Instead, he's only going to lose half a heart.
Yep, Liquid going up to get his ring too now. So this is actually pretty close. Liquid with the advantage on keys here right now. So we'll see if he can get it back into that too, maybe. Get the recorder and the Triforce out of it.
Alright, and this is not going to be a staircase room for Fury because it's got the shutter door. Uh-oh, and we have a dig dogger, but lucky for Fury, he does have the recorder and bombs, so he's probably going to do the classic level 5 strat here. Oh, he's going to go ahead and take him out manually. I probably would have went double bomb because you're losing half a heart every time you get hit by those dig dogger segments, but FurySK feels confident in his comment. And oh, what a nice bomb there, Steel!
That was beautiful.
The only bad news is Fury does not get rewarded for his efforts there, so he's going to up an A and try a different path. Liquid now in that same level 8.
That's an icky room with just 8 likes on the floor of that room, and you know nothing's going to drop out of that room.
We have a high five. Oh, man, just missed for Liquid, but he does pick up the spare with that second bomb. Fury going for the strike, and that also goes a little bit light. And he can't pick up the spare, and now he's out of bombs. Tough break, so he's going to have to sort him down. But, again, losing only a quarter of a heart instead of a full heart, he's going to get a key. Liquid up to 4.
Yeah, Liquid with a little supply advantage here for the keys and bombs.
And that make that 5 keys now, so he could do a little bit more exploration here in level 8, provided we are not bomb or ladder blocked, as Fury picks up another keys up to 2.
Oh, did you see those green moblins go down 1 hit?
Oh, that's very nice, Steel. That means they rolled -2s. That's excellent when a wood sword can take down a blue moblin, which is awesome because they are in the bomb dropping group.
And they're in level 8 too, so you know you'll see more of them, which means you'll have easy bomb droppers to feed you throughout the level if you keep digging.
Definitely, and speaking of level 8, Fury making the blue candle purchase, which will gain him access to the vanilla level 8 location. We know it's not going to be level 8 since Liquid's in level 8 right now. That's in level 5 spot. Fury going to burn for another medium secret here, so he'll get another 26 rupees added to his total. And then with his 2 keys, I make a play for level 1 next.
Yeah, that looks like what he's going.
Meanwhile, Liquid Husband, trying to take down these Wolves' Voices, does get his beam sword back. This should make attacking him a little bit easier, but it still has to fend off those bubbles. Bubbles, if you get hit by them, you're going to lose access to your sword for a few seconds, and it's not fun in Randomizer or in the vanilla game.
And that was the nice thing about the ABNS. If you had just regular bubbles going on, they were no big deal.
Luckily for these runners, they're not going to have to deal with the red or blue bubbles that you see in second quest. These are all first quest flags here.
Yeah, we got to get some of those red bubbles back that make you walk backwards and slow and stuff again. I missed that. That was fun.
Oh yeah, inverted controls, your speed is halved, or you lose access to your sword. Yeah, that's the randomizer that was generated earlier this year that Fred did for getting hit by red bubbles. Instead of not necessarily losing access to your sword permanently, yeah, any of those other 2 ailments you could get.
Yeah, that slow one was nasty. You go half speed, you can't even clip, and you have that one. That's the worst.
Oh, Fury again just missing on the strike and can't get the spare either. He might go for the sword. Oh, nice with the 3rd shot. Does get rewarded with a bomb drop.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a little different area in this one, or Fury's getting some different rooms cleared off that we didn't see Liquid do before because he didn't have the defense that Fury does right now.
Yeah, that's right. And Liquid Husband in this very strange-shaped room. That's that rectangle room that you see in vanilla level 7. And this is a nasty room to do combat because if the pancakes have to come to you.
Yeah, it's not even that hard. It's just slow. You just got to sit there and just hit them like 20 times and just wait. It's worse.
Fury sees this as a segmented level 1. He's going to see what he thinks could be a dead end, and it still might be a dead end. Again, having the map would help us determine whether or not it's a true dead end. This could be one of our 3 items here, Steel. Is it? No, that's a transport. And Fury coming to the same conclusion Liquid did, Steel. Not going to gamble with the bombs. He thinks it's a dead end. We'll see if that is actually true or if there really was something there in that segment.
Yeah, Liquid bombed up that one. He went one up.
Yeah, both runners bombed one up, but they went no further.
Oh, I missed Fury going up, sorry.
No problem, man. There's nothing to bomb here either. Where does this progression in level 1 lead? Maybe it's triple segment. Oh, look at this. We find our ground item. It's the white sword for Liquid Husband. He has doubled his attack power. Very nice.
Oh, Betty. That's what you like seeing early, too. Red ring. You got white sword. Liquid's ready to go.
Looking at Liquid's map, this has the potential being a segmented level 8. If this is another transport staircase, this will confirm our suspicion. And it is segmented! Meanwhile, Fury going to town on these blue wizards here. Just 1 left to go. They normally have 10 HP. I didn't count how many they have, but regardless, they're never any fun. Boy, look at how linear this level 1 looks to be. Fury's going to grab the Triforce. We'll see if he decides to go back in. Poor Bunny, just caught in the wall like that. And Liquid does get a key for his troubles. And now he appears to be a ladder blocked from any more progression here. Unless he's able to bomb up. And no, Liquid doesn't even have to go back. So far, no one is winning the game of Find the Bomb Hole. Liquid sees yet another manhandler. He's not even going to waste his bombs here. He's going to use his sword to take it down. Each of those petals requires 4 hits with the wood sword, or in Liquid's case, 2 hits with the white sword. And here's another staircase. Could this be one of our 2 staircase items? It is! Oh boy!
That's a nice find. Oh, Liquid's getting some good stuff out of 8.
And here's our map for level 1, and look at this. It is not a 2-room segment, it's a 5-room segment, and it looks like the rest of our treasures is in that 5-room segment. So contestants, name that ink block.
Isn't this subtly saying something about we have to dig a level that a certain Redbird grad really likes to dig in?
Yeah. I have an answer for that ink blot, but I don't think it's appropriate for this channel, so let's just move on. I want to know what this ink blot looks like for level 8. I want to see this map.
I think it's saying Boomerang in 7.
Ooh. That is actually a good way to look at it. It kind of does look like a boomerang. It almost looks like a magnet as well. Oh! Power Bracelet in level 7. So the Power Bracelet is on its side. If you look at it very carefully.
Yeah,
or...
It's a croissant sitting on the table.
Bow. Maybe it's the bow. Could be. So I think it's got to be one of those 4 options. It's going to be one of the 2 boomerangs, bow, or the power bracelet. It's got to be in 7. Here's the red candle for Fury. So not a great find, but it is going to allow him to use the candle as many times as he wants. He may put it to work here on these orange Lionels. And we find our final item in level 8. It is the magical boomerang. Liquid Husband will go ahead and pick it up. 2 types of boomerangs. You have the wooden boomerang, also known as Lord Banana, and of course you have the magical boomerang. Both do the same job, but look at this! Fury finds the last item in level 1. It's the raft, which you need to gain access into level 4's vanilla location. Nice items here.
Yeah, we're 20 minutes in. We've already found all the transportation items. We have a ladder, we have the raft, we have the recorder. everything we need to dig every dungeon we've already found through both of our...
Yeah, that's right, Steel. And before we had found those items, I was talking about the boomerangs. A wooden boomerang has a limited range, but some people prefer it because it's easier to control. Magical boomerang covers the entirety of the screen, but it's a little bit harder to control. And there's our ink blot for level 8. And boy, look at the size of those 2 segments. Name that ink blot. And we have the raft spot be vanilla level 6, or level 6, right? Not vanilla level 6, but it's level 6 in general.
Okay, that level 8, I'm saying it's the Super Metroid fight in Meridia with the boss fight in Samus on one side.
Fury found a quick staircase in level 6. Turns out it was the transport staircase. If this is segmented, there'll be more staircases.
Dragon, that's right. Thanks, Gab. You got it. The other thing, you're talking about the boomerangs. Both these guys are in the what seems to be the minority camp of enjoying the blue boomerang much better. And that's because, it's the best item in the game, and most people know that, but some people like this wooden thing that they throw around sometime for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Steel. Both Fury and Liquid Husband, big-time advocators of the magical boomerang. And here's another staircase. If this is not segmented, he has found both items already in level 6. We had a heart container. Fury could not access it, though, because he does not have the ladder. But he is in trouble because these blue Lionels mean business. Once again, going to put that red candle to work. Gets a heart drop. That's nice.
And this is the one advantage of having the red candle here, too. I mean, it's not the white sword, but, it's almost as good to find something that early and have a repeatable weapon that you can knock enemies in the corner and trap them there, and it does its...
And we have found both items in level 6. The staircase item turns out to be the power bracelet. While not required, that's another one of the quote-unquote important items that we have knocked out of our list. There's only one left, and it's the Triforce! What a level 6 for Fury. That is fast. He is done.
Super Room. Love those.
And that'll be the second Triforce piece now for Fury. Boy, he's racking up all the items here. And here is our map for level 4. It is segmented. Another segmented dungeon here. Contestants, name that ink blot. And this is a beefy level 4. This is 22 rooms, Steel.
Yeah, it's a good size 4. Yeah, I don't know what you'd call that shape. Maybe a bird flying over something?
Could be. Fury now in level 7. So, of course, 2 items in level 4, plus there's going to be a transport staircase. Is this the transport? It sure is. Liquid not going to take it, though.
I think Liquid's going to check this one room north and then probably come back down.
Yeah, you might as well. You've already explored the rest of this part of level 4. Then take the staircase, see if your Triforce and second item are going to be there. Actually, we haven't discovered any of the items in level 4. Fury taking on this 2-headed Gleeok with the red ring. This is going to be a pretty easy fight. And there's our map for level 7. This one not segmented. Name that ink blot.
Elf shoe and robot arm.
Nice.
That's great.
That is great. I agree, Steel. Alright, so it looks like Liquid now is going to take this transport staircase. That'll take him to the upper portion of this level 4. Boy, I tell you what, Fear, if you didn't have this map, you would think this is a dead-end room. Fury going to work on these Gibdos. He's put a lot of work to that red candle. It's a very effective weapon against these Gibdos.
Yeah, red candle is an underrated weapon. It's very handy.
I agree, Steel. I am a big-time advocator of the red candle. Here is our staircase item for level 4. Liquid just found it. What is it going to be? The magical key. Well, naturally, he's going to find the magical key when he's already at 7 keys. He's got way more keys than Fury does. So the game just tells Liquid, hey, I see you have a lot of keys. Why not have all the keys in the world?
Yeah, he was already at 7, so I mean, his advantage didn't really change with that find, but it's still nice to find. It's great to have when you're going into level 9.
And there's our compass. The Triforce is back in the bottom segment of this level 4. Now he's looking for the floor item. Here's a staircase. Is it an item? Yep, and it's a heart container. So Fury now up to 8 hearts, 2 away from a potential shot at the magical sword. It's anywhere between 10 and 14 hearts, does 4 hit points of damage, and boy, what a nasty room that Liquid's in. Thank God he's got that red ring and the white sword.
Yeah, this is an interesting divergence that we have between the two runners. Both of them going completely different places, finding completely different stuff, but none of them finding anything really useless or making a wrong call or anything like that yet. It's completely opposite, but both completely even here, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really see an advantage one way or the other at this point. It would take a miss, in my opinion, for either of these runners for some kind of gap to occur. And there's the all-important compass for Fury, so he'll know where this Triforce is going to be here in this level 7, but he's not going to pick it up now. And Liquid done with that upper segment, so now he's got to finish up this lower segment.
Yeah, like chat's saying, we already know where the Triforce is. I was just going to ask if he already...
Yeah, I think he did see it, but at least it's peace of mind for Fury if you would have picked it up. Or at least it would have been peace of mind for me.
Yeah, I always like having that little thing flash. I'll be in the middle, especially in shapes, because I don't necessarily track every dungeon in shapes, and I'll be like, oh, which room was that again? Yeah, give me that compass.
By the way, guess who just found the bow? Liquid Husband did. Check that. FurySK found it. No, that was the heart container. No, it was Liquid. I was right. It was Liquid. In the number column of the 7, Wolflink just led me astray there. I'm like, Liquid Husband picked it up. No, Fury picked it up. No, Liquid Husband did pick it up. It was the floor item in level 4.
Yep, we got, was that 2 hearts here in 7 now, so Fury can just get the Triforce and get out. Liquid
Correct.
gets his candle.
Yeah, I realized that afterwards that Wolflink was talking about where the location of the Triforce was. Yeah, it is under the 7. It's that middle block there. In any event, Fury does have the Triforce. That is number 3. Again, very competitive match here right now, which is kind of what we expected, Steel.
Yeah, this seed's moving along pretty good here. We've already found pretty much everything we need except the silvers. So these guys might be heading for a sub-hour seed, which has become more rare here in these week 5/bracket seeds.
Liquid picking up his second large secret, now up to 223 rupees. That's a lot of shopping money. Fury, though, going to head for Recorder Lake. This is level 3. Liquid going to grab this heart container at the coast. That take any? Up to 7 hearts now. Fury currently has 9. Here's a potential shot at a staircase. We're going to have to take down these blue land molas first. Gets a fairy drop at the end. Nice use of the red candle once again, but unfortunately it's a red herring.
Yep, it looks like Liquid's heading over to check the ladder item here. I don't think either of our runners have seen that yet.
More of these blue land molas, and what is it? It is the 1. Not a required item to beat the game, but that is another offensive upgrade that these runners can enjoy against most of these enemies. And we have an ink bot for level 3 contestants. Name it.
Yeah, and that's just speed more for Liquid here. So he's got ladder, he's got any key, he's got wand, he's got white sword. He can really just tear through these dungeons now. So this is going to be really interesting to see how this pans.
Ooh, Pegasus Boots is a great answer. I can see that. Meanwhile, Liquid in level 5 now. That was at the level 8 Burnbush location. Boy, this is a Blue Land Mola infested level 3 here, Steel.
Yeah, thank God for Red Ring here.
Yeah, Red Candle also helping out Fury as well, but those Lamos are starting to get a little smarter now. And there we go. That's the end of them. No drop. Here is our staircase item for level 3. If this is Silver Arrows, we have everything we need to defeat Ganon right then and there. Fury doesn't have all the items, but we now know where everything is.
Can it be that simple? Can we have one that's that simple? I don't think I've ever seen one of these that simple.
Well, it's not that simple. It's literature. It is the atlas. It is the diary. It is the Bible. It is the book. Whatever you want to call it. Fury says, no thanks.
Diary? More like diarrhea.
Touche, Steel. I love that. Yes. Very good one. So now, Fury is looking for the floor item here in level 3. I'll try and take out this room. Just a few more hits left to go on this Pull's voice, and nothing. There's the map for level 5, and boy, not segmented, but geez, it might as well be. Look at those 2 sections. Name that ink blot.
Oh, I know what that looks like right away. That's an easy.
Yeah, I have an answer too. What do you say it is, Steel?
I would say elephant or woolly mammoth.
And there is our floor item in level 3. It's another heart container. Fury now up to 10 hearts. You know what? This is going to show my age here. That kind of looks like Donkey Kong for the Atari 2600. There's another heart container, our staircase item in level 5. Fury gets his Triforce out of level 3. That's number 4 in the books for Fury. Liquid now looking for the floor item in level 5. Well, I tell you what, Steel, we're starting to run out of options here. Could we have Silver Arrows in level 9? Do we have a Wild Goose Chase brewing? Stay tuned.
I mean, I think that would be best at this point. I mean, so far, it's just been too easy for these guys. I mean, you need silvers in a real twisty, windy 9 like some people saw last night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, last night's we had 2 very exciting races last night here on Speed Gaming. Both of them came down to less than a minute difference. That's something you don't see every day, folks.
Oh, who was the other close one last night? I was preoccupied.
It was the one I called last night after the Dark Falls chest jerk race. That was a 15-second difference, I believe. The one I called last night was not as close as 15 seconds, but it was 58 seconds. Bad news for Fury. He did decide to make a play for the magical sword, but 10 hearts, not enough to pick up the device. That'll do 4 hit points of damage. And there's level 9 in level 6's location. Which is an interesting spot for level 9, might I add, Eat My Steel, because I gotta imagine if we find more heart containers, Fury might make one more play for that Mags before going into 9.
Yeah, that's a good place for 9 to be, you know, especially if you don't get up there early. It's nothing important that you're missing. Chat says Wood Boomerang was in 9, or not 9, 5.
Yep, Wooden Boomerang was the other item in level 5. Now, incidentally, because Liquid Husband already has the magical boomerang, if you pick up the Wooden Boomerang after you pick up the magical boomerang, nothing happens. It does not supersede your items. It's not like Castlevania 2 where you can actually downgrade your whip and crystals. We're not that mean just yet. Although I think it'd be kind of funny if we did see the ability to downgrade your candle or your sword or your boomerang. As Fury goes to the raft spot, picks up another heart container, now has a 25% chance at the magical sword.
Yeah, we could make Y sorting be a thing then.
Right? Alright, so now that we know what both items are, we're going to just pick up this Triforce and move on. So yeah, one of the rare times that you see a runner pick up both boomerangs. It just happened to be in Liquid Husband's way getting out of that room. So again, no harm, no foul.
Good point, Falfon. You can downgrade your wand. That's very true.
Yeah, that is true, because technically, I mean, getting the wand with the book does hurt your wand's abilities. Now, to be fair, some people have used it as a long-range candle. I mean, if you don't have a candle, you can use the wand plus the book to burn that level 8 bush. We've seen it happen a few times already in this tournament. But still, for the most part, most runners will not pick up that book because it's more of a hurt than a help.
In other flags, the book can be very helpful, especially if we got Shapes Dungeons like we do right now, which in other flags you can make the book be an atlas, which gives you every map for every dungeon, so you want to pick up that book, especially if you find it early.
Yeah, I love those boomstick seeds. Yeah, the book and one of the magic shields gets swapped in the shuffle, so you can get a free magical shield somewhere, and you have to purchase the book, which the base price is 200 rupees with a variance of plus or minus 20 rupees if those particular flags are on. Fury taking this transport staircase. Both of our runners now in level 5.
I think Liquid's actually looking for the... Is he looking for the stair item? He didn't find the stair item yet.
I thought he did find it. I thought we found a heart container.
Oh, maybe he didn't realize he picked up the wooden boomerang on the floor. That's what.
Ooh, that could be. And that's always one of the worst feelings in the world, Steel, when you pick up a full floor item on your feet and you didn't see what it was. Yeah, now Liquid Husband, he might do a full clear this level 5. He won't find the item, and he's going to feel awfully confused. But when we get to the end of this race, he does find a bomb upgrade. Oh, and it's not a good one, Steel. Not only was it at a premium price, he only got 3 more bombs.
Yeah, it's okay though. I mean, he had full money, so I mean, 3 bombs is still really nice to have, you know, in these flags going in here.
Absolutely, but the price is anywhere between 75 and 125 rupees, and you can get anywhere between 2 and 6 bombs. So when you only get 3 bombs and you're paying more for it, yeah, you feel like you get ripped off. But yeah, when you have 255 rupees, you're going to make that purchase 100% of the time.
Yep, that's the whole map there, Liquid. Get out of there. That didn't take him too long, at least, though. I was worried he was going to kind of be a little more derailed, because right now, I feel like Liquid kind of has a little bit of edge on Fury right now, just because of the order of items that he's found, and his ability to cut through these enemies a little bit quicker than Fury.
Right. I still think this is definitely anybody's game at this point. I mean, it looks like Fury's got the lead because he's got more of the important required items, but let's be honest, neither player, in my opinion, really has an advantage at this point because, let's face it, the way the seed is shaping up right now, Steel, I think it's going to come down to the Great Equalizer in level 9 because it's looking more and more likely that's where we're going to find our silver arrows.
Yeah, absolutely. And 9 is, you know, even if somebody's, 5-10 minutes behind, 9 can come along and just ruin someone else's day.
Also keep in mind, we never found the second item, as Liquid is going to get his recorder. We never found the second item in level 2, nor did we find the Triforce. So Fury is going to have to go back to level 2 at some point. Here's a 3-headed Gleeok for Fury, going to have to deal with this menace. Here's the other bomb upgrade, and Liquid will make the purchase, so now he's got a maximum capacity of 14 bombs, and that really could come in play when we get to level 9, because more often than not, Steel, and you've done these seeds a lot as well, level 9 comes down to Hyrule's favorite game show, Find the Bomb Hole.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think Fury will probably do the same when he gets in, finds a bomb upgrade here in 5, if he in fact does.
Yeah, certainly. Liquid clears this room, nothing there. Fury's going to find his bomb upgrade. He'll pick it up. Probably going to be a little disappointed. He's only going to get 3 extra bombs, but still 11 bombs. That's a healthy sum to take with you to level 9. Again, still hasn't completed level 2, so he too could have both bomb upgrades. We'll see.
Yeah, and aside from potential arrows, I mean, there's not really anything these guys need to buy anyway. I mean, maybe a potion if you go that route, but I mean, you could just get one from a Taken.
I don't think we're going to see these runners purchase a potion, because if that would have been the case, I think we would have seen a letter grab from either of these runners. Since we didn't see the letter being picked up, I don't think buying potions is going to be on their agenda. I totally agree. If they're going to get a potion, it's going to be from a take any. And in all likelihood, the classic play is to take the potion from Candle Row.
And did we see which one level 9 was yet?
Level 6's locations where level 9 is.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that's a little far.
Yeah, that is a little far away. You're right. I don't know if Fury picked up the Triforce in level 5 or not. I mean, he had the resources. Oh, he's ladder blocked! Level 5's Triforce is ladder blocked, so he can't progress any further until he gets the ladder. And that is, in my opinion, probably is going to put Liquid Husband in the lead temporarily.
Yeah, and Fury still does need that try out of 8, so he'll be back in there at some point. How quickly that is up for question at this.
And Fury is not going to purchase that second bomb upgrade. I guess he wants to save his money for arrow fodder or maybe something else.
Yeah, not a bad play there to hold off on that second one, especially since he knows it's not huge and it's a little expensive. He might just be holding out to make sure he doesn't need to get it.
Steel, we just found our second item in level 2. It was another heart container. Unless my math is incorrect, and believe me, I've been mistaken before. I do believe this means silver arrows are 9.
Yeah, I'm writing down all the items here, and that's what I'm.
All right, so we have a complete list of the items. So that means I believe there is, I want to say, another heart container that's also going to be waiting for them in level 9 as well.
Yep, that should be it. Heart and silver's in 9. Just go get the tries and fly to 9.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, we have figured out all the items for the seed 42 minutes in. That's something you don't see very often in Randomizer. Usually there's going to be something that's going to be left behind because we're already in go mode. We have no go mode right now because we have no silver arrows, and they're going to be in level 9.
And Liquid Husband still needs the raft as well, so that's the one thing he's missing, which is right where he is right now in level.
Yeah, that's definitely the right call. You know there were 3 items in level 1 and that you only got... actually, I don't think he got any of the items in level 1. He just got the Triforce. But yeah, he needs to find this map, and he's actually near it.
Yeah, someone mentioned in chat that silvers in 9 is common. It is kind of common, but that's kind of to be expected because in these flags, important items cannot be in 9. So that eliminates a lot of items that can potentially be in there. So yeah, that's why we end up seeing silvers in there quite a bit, unfortunately.
Doesn't seem to be the case when I do commentary, although the last couple of ones now we've seen silver arrows in level 9, so maybe the law of averages is starting to kick in. Yeah, once Liquid Husband clears this blue wizard room, still gonna have to be careful. Lose half a heart every time, and he's down to 2. Make that a heart and a half. Make that 1 heart. Still has 2 wizard robes left. Oh, you gotta be careful, man.
You got 14 bombs.
He does it!
You got 14 bombs, Liquid. Use them.
Oh, I guess he wants to conserve his bombs for finding the bomb hole, but man, that was way too close for comfort there, Steel.
He's got his map now. He should be all set. I mean, we'll see Liquid get this raft out of here hopefully pretty soon, and he'll be in go mode, essentially.
Yep. Fury is up to 13 hearts. Right now, a 75% chance at the magical sword. He's going to make that play right now, so will 13 hearts be enough to pick up this magical sword? And that's going to be a great find for Fury because he's only on wood sword. This would be huge if he's able to pick it up. Survey says, no! It's a 14 heart mags! Can you believe it, Steel? What rotten luck for Fury.
Oh my lord, that is... You expect that. At that point, you're expecting to pick those.
I just have one thing to say to FurySK about that one. The game knows. What a terrible break there. So if he gets another heart container, he'll be able to pick that up. But, what rotten luck there. And Fury now probably wishes he would have done this sooner, but he's going to go ahead and pick up this heart container. Now he'll go back, get the magical sword, and be on his way. What a brutal break there for Fury. The odds were with him.
Yeah, all the important stuff that Fury really needs is in level 8. So how quick does he get there, and how quick does he find the things he needs?
Yeah, first Fury will go back, get his magical sword, which again is going to be a combat edge that he's going to have against Liquid Husband. Speaking of Liquid Husband, down to half a heart, and this is going to get dicey here. He's going to take the staircase. Again, all of the goodies are in that 5-room segment. That horseshoe. Tell you what, if I was Fury, I would have burned that Gibdo in disgust after having to make a third trip to try for that magical sword, because that was one rude Gibdo there, I must say.
Well, at least he knew he could get it, you know. He was like, it was a little extra time, but, you know, he made sure he went back and got that right away.
Absolutely, and now Liquid does find his red candle. Go ahead and pick that up. Blue candle, you can only fire it once. You want to use it again, got to go to another screen. Red candle, you can fire it as many times on the screen as you want, but only 2 shots can be on the screen at the same time. Here's the raft room, but he's going to have to earn it. Nice clip there. Way to go, Liquid. He'll get his raft.
We have a question in chat. That is Bo Jackson from Tecmo Super Bowl, and when Liquid's using it, it is Husbo Jackson.
Now Fury into level 4. He'll find his bow here, and he will just need the ladder to be in level 9 mode. We can't call it go mode because, again, silver arrows we now know are in level 9. Liquid still is exploring, because I do believe he still has not discovered the third item, which was a heart container.
No, Liquid's still going to be clearing these dungeons out, because he's still looking for silvers. He doesn't know everything that we know yet. You know, he's got items he's going to have to probably find in level 3, and he's got to get the Triforces in 6 and 7.
Oh, and he may have forgotten as well, because, I mean, it was such a long time ago that Liquid was in level 1 that he may have just completely forgot that that third item was a heart container. When he full clears the rest of these rooms, he's going to be a little bit disappointed. We'll see if that was the case or if he just missed it altogether.
Fury does have a Triforce advantage right now, too, and he's going to get his items, his bow out of here in level 4. I don't see him leaving here without finding both items. But this is, with the mags in hand, Fury's going to be burning some rubber here.
And Liquid Husband, unfortunately, getting a little bit lost here in level 1. Maybe this was the room that had it. I can't remember where that heart container was. I mean, all I know is it was relatively early. I mean, this might have been the room. Again, he's got to be careful of his health. And no, this wasn't the room. No, look what else me. You can't push those blocks. This is not Second Quest mechanics. So he's only got this room to the south. And if there's nothing here, then he had already grabbed the heart container on his first dive. And yeah, he looked at all the rooms. He has full cleared level 1. Now, he has mismarked something.
Yeah, and this might ultimately be Liquid's downfall in this race, because he did the same thing in 5 where he didn't realize he picked up that boom.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, that's a second time that Liquid... Now, the first time, you can't really fault Liquid Husband on that first one because, again, it probably spawned on his feet, and didn't really notice it. You know, he might have thought it was a key or something. But yeah, but the second one, he probably should have figured out. But again, there's still time.
Oh yeah, this is not over by any means, but yeah, like what you're saying, the first one, I didn't even notice it, and somebody in chat said it was the boomerang, and I would have been doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's easy to do when it camouflages into the background. Meanwhile, Fury has spent quite a bit of time in this level 4 as well, so this could buy Liquid Husband some time back. And we know that the items here in level 6 are not going to help him out. You have the heart container that I believe this was the one that was... Oh, and there's our first Mugger room, but luckily for Liquid Husband, he has got the magical key, which acts as a free pass, so it's going to cost him nothing.
Yeah, how quickly can Liquid get through this 6 and find the things that he doesn't really want to find in here? That's going to come down to a lot of this.
Fury finds the compass, but he had already grabbed the Triforce out of level 4. He's just looking for the items. Again, bow, which is what he needs, and then you have the magical key, which he already, by the way, did pick up. He did get the magical key. Now he's just looking for the bow.
Careful, Liquid, careful.
He's down to half a heart, no potions. Can't take any more hits. Got him. Can he get to the heart container before he gets picked off? Oh, he had it there! Oh, he'd made it.
That's a good item for Liquid to find now. So he knows that all he needs is an item stair, potentially, which we know he doesn't need it, but he needs that. And then just find the Triforce and he can get out of this cursed 6.
Well, he's probably going to end up full clearing this level 6, you know, simply because I mean, unless he hits the Gamble-matic 9000, I mean, if he does that, remember, this is the room right here. This Blue Lionel room had the Triforce, so he has to clear this room.
And with that shutter door in there, he'll probably be clearing it as long as he stays alive. That's
going to be key. Now, Blue Lionels, they're in the bomb-dropping group. There's a few hearts in there, but yeah, Liquid Husband's going to have to tread lightly. Fury had taken on this Patra, but no reward. And speaking of health, both of these runners are down to a heart and a half. Oh, gotta be careful. Does get a bomb drop. One more left to go. One more hit. Got him. And there's his Triforce. Liquid done with level 6. We are tied in that department again.
Yep, good 6 for Liquid there.
Fury did pick up his bow in level 4, so he is done with that level. So we are tied. We're literally tied right now.
Yeah, like we said at the beginning, this was going to be a barn burner. Nobody had a clear advantage going into this.
Looks like Fury is going to screen scroll back to, I believe, level 8.
Fury going where the most things outstanding are, and it's a good play.
And meanwhile, Liquid Husband now going to make the play to level 3 here. By the way, sorry about that. We did have our recorder tune, so if you were able to catch it, name that tune. I did not recognize it, and that probably means it's a Super Nintendo RPG.
I recognize it only for the fact of playing this, and I recognize the tune, but I don't remember it.
Right.
Oh, Spore Spawn in Super Metroid. I think that might be right. That sounded about...
Well, I got half of it right. It was Super Nintendo. But that would not qualify as an RPG. An RPG would be like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Illusion of Gaia, games where you have turn-based combat. That. Oh, Earthbound would also qualify as RPG.
So where would Secret of Mana rank then? Is that an RPG? I think that's kind of an RPG, even though it's not really turn. Yeah, Illusion of Gaia too. Yeah.
All right, Liquid Husband does find the book in level 3 and avoids it like the plague.
Book.
Liquid Husband has an 11 hearts now, so he has to grab this Triforce and move on to level 7, and then he'll be ready to go into level 9.
Fury was doing a little forging on that white sword there.
You know something? You know, Mr. Cab just made a very funny reference there. Yeah, that is because, you know, Liquid Husband's playing as Bo Jackson from Tecmo Super Bowl. That would be Gray's Sports Almanac from Back to the Future 2. I'd like that answer.
Nice.
Well, Fury having some trouble with the reverse block clip, but does get it on the 3rd attempt and will get his ladder, the all-important ladder.
Now, Fury knows that the wand's on the coast. I doubt we'll see him go back for it with mags in hand.
No, I do not believe we're going to see him go back for the wand unless it's on the way, which I don't believe it is going to be, because right now, Liquid just needs to go into level 7, get his Triforce pieces, and he'll be on his way to level 9. Now, he may dig if he wants to play it safe and try for the silver arrows, but if he does gamble, we know it's going to be the right move.
Yeah, I'm guessing Liquid's gonna dig this, but then you never know. Triforce, you can go to 9. He might just take it and bolt. We gotta see what he does.
And Fury finds the magical boomerang. He's normally an advocate of that item, but when it's 56.5 minutes in, Steel, there are no alliances.
Yep, the fact that it's the best item in the game aside, he does not need it right now.
Right now, Fury's looking for the Triforce here in level 8. Then he has to go back to level 5, get that Triforce, and there's the ink blot for level 8. Let's see how many rooms this is. 34 rooms. That's quite a big level 8.
And level 5 was in the forest burn bush, the vanilla level 8.
Yeah, that's right. So this is a very, very close match. It's going to come down to how fast can Liquid find that final Triforce. Now remember, the Triforce was in that middle right side under the 7, and Liquid is near it. Oh, he's stepping this out.
Fury can just whistle to 2, goes down to 5. He knows most of that level. He knows where he has to go to get the Triforce. He's going to be in and out of this 5 real quick, and he will be the first one into level.
Not so fast, my friend. That depends if Liquid does hit that Gamble-Matic 9000. If he heads right, he is heading right. If he clears this room, actually he doesn't even need to clear that room. That's the Triforce, but Liquid not going for it. He is hitting the conservative button, and this could cost Liquid Husband a little bit.
Fury doing the same thing here too. Fury's digging and looking around and checking to see if he can find some silvers here in 5 as well.
Yeah, I believe there's one item he missed out on because he was ladder blocked from it. So both of the runners playing it safe, and these paths are going to converge. I'm telling you, Steel, it wouldn't surprise me if this came down to less than a minute. But unfortunately for Liquid, that's a red herring.
Yeah, no, this is really close. I honestly, I really thought Fury was going to take that Triforce and bolt and go right to.
And I thought Liquid was also going to take that Triforce and bolt to level 9, make that gamble. I mean, he knows who he's up against. He's looking at the clock. It's almost 1 hour. He knows who he's up against. You know, Fury is capable of really, really fast times. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't make the gamble. He is going to find this heart container, which will put him up to 12 hearts. Now, in his mind, he's got a 60% chance of the magical sword, but unfortunately for him, we know you need all 14 to get that magical sword, as Fury gets his Triforce out of level 5, so it looks like he is going to be the first to enter level 9. Now, where is Liquid Husband going to go?
Yeah, the one upside to Liquid going to check mags is he'll go rare right before he goes to 9 after he gets out of this dungeon. He won't have a couple shoddy checks on.
And Liquid gonna continue to explore level 7. The longer it takes for Liquid to find that second heart container, the bigger of a lead Fury is gonna have going into level 9. Going to use the shortcut and oh shoot, a vertical shoot room in level 7. Using the power bracelet spot to his advantage, one of the rare times you see that, is it's gonna send him to level 9. Steel, what are we looking for?
All right, Fury going into 9. He's looking for 2 things, 3 things in this case. First thing he's looking for is the silver arrows, which we know are in here. Second thing we're looking for is a shutter door that does not open when you clear the room out. The third thing we're listening for is a pig making a bunch of noise in the room next door.
Liquid does find that heart container. Now he just has to remember where that Triforce was. He's going to up an A. And we find the staircase item, but it's the wrong one. And Fury burns that heart in disgust. That is 15 hearts. 15 hearts. That is rare for a randomizer.
I'm having bad flashbacks to last night. That's where the any key was.
Yep, so the next item staircase is going to be the one with the silver arrows, and once again, I'm going to say it. Oh, look at this! That shutter door does not open steel. That's Zelda.
All right, Fury half the way to what he needs to find in here. He found 1 item stair, and he found our grill.
This is not going to be a very big lead for Fury, as Liquid will grab that Triforce out of level 7. He's on his way to level 9. This is anybody's game. There's the first of probably going to be 6 sets of transport staircases. I say probably steel because there is that off chance that level 9 could be segmented.
Yeah, it's rare in these flags. Usually 9 is just a big giant mass and everything's connected and you still get the 6 stairways. But I like what Fury's doing here. You just start going down every stair you find, you resolve those staircases so you know when you go into another room that it's not a stair you've already found the other end.
Poor Liquid husband. I know what he's doing. He's heading for the gravestone. In his mind, he's got an 80% chance of picking up the magical sword. When he finds out that these 13 heart containers are not enough, it's going to be a real sinking feeling.
Yeah, and like I said before, when Fury did it, Liquid is expecting that he's going to get those mags at this point. It's just
right.
no.
So right now we're looking for both the silver arrows and Ganon. I'm telling you, another loss for Zelda Steel. It seems like the last several races I've called, Zelda's been the loser at hide and seek. And Liquid Husband sees the very bad news. 13 hearts, not enough. It's a 14 heart mag seed.
Oh yeah, that pig's been doing a good job of hiding lately. I don't know how he hides sometimes that good. It's ridiculous.
Not only that, to make matters worse, Steel, this is a Wizrobe dungeon. So that's going to be even more of a deficit for Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too big of a deal right now. They both have red ring. I mean, Liquid has just white sword, but he also has the wand. Fury has mags. These guys are neck and neck.
Oh, I hear the pig. Where is he? Not to the right, so it's either north or left of that Tektite. Liquid Husband going to push this block. He finds the heart container. Now, if he wanted to, he could go back out and pick up the magical sword quick, but I don't think he's going to do that. He knows time is of the essence.
Did we hear the pig in that north room?
I don't think so.
Pig confirmed in the north. Cab, thank.
Yes, so it's north of that Tektite room that we just saw. Yes. So now Fury just has to find the silver arrows. Oh, could we have a 6 blue Wizrobe requirement here?
Oh, please let it be so.
I've seen it a lot of times. Is it going to happen again where clearing off blue Wizrobes? It is a staircase. Do we have silver arrows? No, it is a transport. Of course, it could be the transport that leads to the silvers.
Absolutely, but
But look at this! Liquid finds the silver arrows first!
Oh my, we've got a serious race here now. Gee.
Wow! So Fury knows where Ganon and Zelda are. Liquid has found the silver arrows under the O. Or in Fury's case, they'll be under the E, the first E.
Liquid is on the wrong part of the map for finding both Ganon and...
Right. I mean, remember is that Zelda wasn't far from start. I don't know if Liquid has been in that room yet. I'm guessing not. But if you
Okay,
can find...
Chat's saying Liquid knows where Zelda is, so all he has to do is find the pig.
Wow, what a race. This could be a nice come-from-behind victory here for Liquid Husband if he's able to pull this off. Fury going to take that transport staircase.
Yep, Liquid
Oh, but
finds
ladies
a
and
bomb
gentlemen, here's Ganon. We need 8 hits with the white sword. A Hyrule driver is going to cost him 1 heart. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down goes Ganon. We've got Bacon and a Triforce of Power. And Fury finds the silver arrows as well. But it looks like it is going to be too little, too late, as Liquid is going to steal away game number 1 from Fury. Wow, there's the shutter door opening. Get your GGs out for Liquid Husband. He has got a 1-0 lead in this match. Fury needs 4 hits with the magical sword, and down goes Ganon. We've got Bacon. What a close race this was between Liquid Husband and FurySK. The 3rd consecutive one we've had on Speed Gaming. Can you believe it?
That's crazy, and I will say it. That's an upset. I don't care who you are. I mean, with the seeding, I mean, these guys were evenly matched. We knew that coming in, but that is just a crazy finish to a match. What a great...
Bill, do we have official SRL times? Man, unofficially, it's a 28-second difference, but I think it might be a little bit closer than that. And, yep, for those of you who are playing...
We have 105.56 for Liquid Husband, 106.24 for Fury.
So it was right, 28 seconds. A 28-second difference between Liquid Husband and FurySK. And for those of you playing Name That Tune, you were absolutely right. It was the mini-boss theme from Super Metroid. With that, we do have, stand by, we have both runners, Liquid Husband and FurySK here in the commentator's booth with us. Gentlemen, what a race. Man, unbelievable stuff there. Liquid, you came from behind to take home that race. And I must say, Fury, you didn't do anything wrong with your routing. It's just that Liquid was better.
Don't know what to say, man. Just 100% seed. Can't really do much else if you 100% it. Just got to keep going.
Absolutely. And Fury, the question to both of you, how numbing was it when you found out that 13 hearts wasn't enough to get the magical sword?
You know, I came really close to when I picked up that heart container, walking out and going, but then, I was like, you know what? I know where Zelda is. If I just got to start taking staircases and hope I can find that second item, and by God, it better be the silver arrows.
And it turns out you made the absolute right play not to go after the magical sword, because if you would have made that play, that would have cost you the race right there.
Oh, yeah. It's curtains then, because I didn't lose any time by having the white sword.
No,
from that
you had a perfect Ganon fight, more or less.
I would call it perfect, yeah.
Man, wow. I mean, it was very close pretty much the entire way. Fury was the first one to enter level 9. I'd say I didn't count what the difference in time was. I want to say it was roughly 2 minutes, though. It wasn't a big lead for Fury.
Doesn't surprise me.
But,
yeah. I went through every room in 5 and 1, and according to my notes, I still left an item in there, and that was very frustrating.
All right, you're gonna get a kick out of this. I'll start with level 1. The third item that you thought that you had missed, you had already picked it up in your first time. It was a heart container.
Oh, okay.
No, level 5. The one in level 5, which happened to be on your feet.
I got Y boomerang, didn't I?
Yes,
you
did. You did.
I made
you did.
I made a point to only pick up the blue boomerang in this race out of solidarity to my fellow follower of the one true Nanner, Fury.
Right, and Fury. Now this is going to shock you even further. Fury left the magical boomerang behind, which I could totally understand because he didn't find it until about 56 and a half minutes in.
Yeah, it was relatively early for me because I did what I do and I dig super huge dungeons when I have no business doing it, but it got me the ladder and the white sword pretty early, so I wasn't complaining.
Yeah, Liquid, that play paid off big for you, and that was kind of one of the big separations. Fury had to go back into 5 and get the Triforce later, and just that couple seconds, minute, whatever it took him to go back into 5, that was the difference.
Yeah, and I do want to say that I have the absolute worst time switching over to the race window to hit enter on my dot done. I alt-tabbed to 3 different windows before I finally got to the correct one. That's cost me a race before. And I was very terrified that it was going to again. But, man.
Well, luckily for you, Liquid, you had 27 seconds of leeway this time.
Virtual lifetime, right?
Yeah, getting the ladder, and not only the ladder, you had white sword, and the ladder allowed you to get the wand, so you were able to burn through a lot of those early dungeons and do a lot of early combat. Where Fury was on wood sword for most of that race until he was able to get all the hearts and get mags. There's a full count to get mags today.
Oh man, did you go at 13 and then go back at 14, Fury?
Yeah, I had the burn brush heart container left. It wasn't in the immediate route, so I figured I'd try at 13 and hope that I didn't have to go and burn that instead of a potion. But
yeah, I walked around that way.
Not cost.
Yeah, I walked around that way on purpose as well. I walked around the grave, or I scrolled over to the grave because I was like, my last dungeon to finish was 7, and boy was that disheartening. To find 2 heart containers when I'm looking for the silvers. But at that point, I looked at my notes. In my mind, I was 40% on silver arrows being in 9. Turns out I was actually 67% on silvers being in 9, and the only thing I had left was the floor drop in level 6, which, God help me, I am not going to chase down a floor drop in level 6.
It was a heart container.
Yeah, he stumbled on that kind of early, luckily on his way to the Triforce.
Yeah, I mean, if you want my rundown here, I have full clear of 1, full clear of 2, 3. Oh, where was 3?
Oh, I jetted 3. It was it was the Reporter
3.
Lake. Yeah,
full clear
it was.
that,
You could find both items pretty easily in that one without having to move around too much, and the Triforce was close to start.
Yeah, I had 2 rooms left of 3, full cleared to the last room of 4, full cleared to the last room of 5. Jetted 6 with only like 6 rooms, both items in the try. That was nice. 1 room away from full clearing 7, and about 8 out from full clearing 8. And ladder was the last item pre-9, so I knew silvers were in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. In my head, I was making a huge gamble. Turns out I was making the mathematically sound play, but wasn't it nice? I mean, in hindsight now, terrible feeling in the heat of the moment, but in hindsight, having a race where in these flag set where the silver arrows are in level 9 and it actually matters.
Yeah, I mean, it was an unbelievable race. I mean, can you imagine if you didn't get the stun lock on Ganon? I mean, we could have had a tie. That's how close that race was.
God help me. Fury, I know that your Blues and my Predators will probably be tied at the end of the regular season, but I did not want to tie in this race.
I mean, that's a bit wishful on your part, but...
we have a 1-point lead right now in the division.
And ties can happen in this randomizer, too. When we were doing the Routers Relish...
yes.
I just had one of those. That was crazy.
I don't believe we've ever had a tie in the history of the Zelda Randomizer tournaments of all the ones we've done so far, but the closest one I think we had was that 3-second race that Chest Jerk, I think was it JSR had?
It was Chest Jerk and somebody, because I was on the call, and
yes.
It was insane.
It was.
I lost the play-in race to one of the tournaments by 1 second, but that wasn't a one-on-one race.
Right, it wasn't
so
a
was not quite
one-on-one,
the same.
because
Yeah.
play-ins and mass fields, 1 second races and ties happen all the time. But when you're talking about head-to-head, I mean, they're extremely rare. I don't care what the game is; they're very rare.
Had one in vanilla once, didn't we? I think in the original vanilla tournament. But other than that,
It happened in 2 different occasions, because it happened in the last one that we had, and then it happened like a few tournaments prior to that.
That's right, because someone had a slash at the end of their done, and I think it was Cananophone and BT. So they actually beat one of them, finished before the other one did, but they hit a slash on accident at the end of their done, and so it wound up being a tie. But yeah, we're getting off topic now. Man, what a gosh! My adrenaline is going through the roof right now. Whew, shut me up.
I mean, I'm just happy. You beat me, so GG's to you. I'm just happy I really didn't mess up my routing terribly, and I didn't die this seed. So Third Wolf won't get on my case.
Yeah,
I died a lot. But it was in dungeons. It was in dungeons for the most part, at least, I think so.
Yeah, I think I had, maybe like a 18-minute red ring, but I had like all the overworld routing set up to where I would go up to level 8 area and go towards the white sword item really early, so paid off that I got up there quick enough. Stopped me from dying to blue whiz robes because I could just set them up in doorways and such to get through rooms with bombs.
Yeah, you both got the red ring fairly early in that. You got it first, Fury, and then a couple minutes later, Liquid was right.
I was super thrilled. Like, I know that if I find them, it means I'm probably not going through the seed as fast as I could, but I will take the red ring and the magical key in every single race, no matter how hard they are to find, unless they're at 9. It just means so much to just be able to throw caution to the wind with resource management and, getting shuttered into that room with blue wizrobes and knowing that you can come out alive.
Yeah, man, what a great effort tonight. Again, both of your level 9s were absolutely stellar. I mean, your level 9 probably wins almost every race, Fury. It's just that somehow, some way, Liquid hit the jackpot. Liquid gold,
Always go right. Always go right. Always go right.
There you go.
I bombed down into that bottom corner and, snuffed out one item and then took a staircase. And I just remember, knowing where Zelda was, hearing Ganon's roar, finding the silver arrows, all, in such short order, and man, panic set in at that point.
Yeah, right usually isn't right very often, but when it's
Absolutely
right,
not.
It really is right. That's why most players never go right unless the game forces them to go right. Because, once in a blue moon, you see that level 9, your only direction to start things off is to go right. But,
my real fear there was I was going to get shuttered in with Ganon somewhere without the silver arrows, but the bomb hole, prevented that from even being possible. If I had snooped around before digging out the arrows, but man, my daughter's crying and I am insane right this second. So I do appreciate everybody who has been on this night. This triple header here on Speed Gaming has been fantastic. I just really appreciate everybody, especially Fury. But also Ulaz and Steel and Bishop for doing the commentary and tracking, and I don't have anything else really to say other than Tecmo Super Bowl for AGDQ.
Yeah, amen to that. I would love to see a sports game get in. So, hey, best of luck to you in that submission. Hopefully it pans out for you. And again, congratulations on your victory. One more win, and you advance to the round of 32. FurySK, obviously, you are not out of it yet. You've been in this position many times, especially in the last tournament, so just dig deep, and I think you still have a good shot. We'll see what happens in Game 2.
Yep, 100% loses races. That's the lesson you learn here.
All right, best of luck to you in Game number 2, and again, GG. All right. With that, that is going to draw our match to a close tonight. Before we say goodbye, let's take a look at what races we have scheduled for you tomorrow. All right. Looking at tomorrow night, we have a lot of races tomorrow night. I am counting an 8-pack. 8 races tomorrow night, starting with at 2 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern Time. That's right, 2 p.m. Eastern. Sausage Link versus Jante, game number 2. If there is a forced game number 3, we will have that immediately afterwards at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Both of those races will be right here on Speed Gaming. Then the rest of these races we currently don't have a restream for at this time, so please make sure you are checking back at the schedule to find out when these races are going to be. The rest of these races are going to be in the evening, starting at 9 p.m. Can't Find Bombs versus Sharky 2107. That is game number 2. Zeb Gebney, an OPT lawyer. That's a game number 2. That's also at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then we have game number 2 of Chess Jerk and Dark Falls. Unless you have forgotten, game number 1 came down to 15 seconds difference. We'll see if they're able to follow it up with another thriller. That's game number 2, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Then also at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have Homer J. Smash versus I'm a Sock. Also game number 2. This one's a game number 1. Sea Falcon 7 versus Dark Magician 1184. 10 p.m. Eastern. And then finally, rounding out our action is a rubber match. Winner gets all the marbles, moves on to the next round. It's Brewers Fans JP versus Stone 1, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So, eat my steel. Any final thoughts about tonight's exciting race before we call it a night?
No, just a good game to both those runners. It had us on the edge of our seat. Seemed like it was back and forth between both of them. You don't get much better than this for any competition, much less these streams. So good game to those guys, and good night, everybody. Thank you much for hanging out with us.
All right, and again, for everybody here on our Speed Gaming family of networks, and for our 2 runners tonight, FurySK, Liquid House, and please make sure you give them both a follow. They put in a tremendous effort tonight. Also, special thanks to X-Russian Bishop for doing the tracking. Make sure you give him a follow as well. And also for my commentary partner, Eat My Steel, make sure you give him a follow as well. Until next time, it's LOZ Cards Fan 23 signing off. Have yourselves a great rest of your Thursday night, and we will see you again tomorrow for more exciting Zelda Randomizer action. Take care, everybody.